Hey guys, what's going on and welcome back to another video. My name's Dion and today I'm going to talk to you about the trades which I took last week. Both were documented and recorded live on the blockchain, so I can prove that as well. Pretty much to sum it up, it was not a good week. I took what looks like a 2% loss. I took two 1% losses, but I don't actually remember taking the second trade, which is weird. In my head, I had always thought that it was just one trade I had taken, but it was actually two. I lost both for what I believe to be the same reason, which I will discuss a little bit later on. But first, let's get into the trades which I actually took. Alright, so here on the screen you can see my live testing sheet. It's broken up by different colors representing the different weeks which I'm trading. So the previous week was this orange. The week before was the yellow, week before that was the beige, and so on. So you can see I only took two trades this week. Now, it was because there was something happening in the market. It was a reason based on seasonality. So in New York, they had just gone through daylight savings, which had moved at the time an hour forward, I think. So pretty much it just messed with everyone's heads a little bit. Now, how do I know this? I don't. I literally just listen to the person who I learned from, which is ICT. He said usually when this happens, he takes the week off. He just doesn't trade at all. So for me, I was like, look, I want to be in the market and get a feel for what that actually means, because I genuinely don't understand it when he said that. And then I went into the market, started trading, and started looking at what was actually happening, and it started making sense. It's true. The market moves differently. What I mean by that is the setups were happening earlier than expected. The correlation between BTC and the DXY broke, and that was the reason why I lost these trades, because I put too much emphasis on the correlation between those trades. So here is the first trade, the one that was placed 6 days ago. Here you go. It was a buy order, took out, and at a small loss. So this is what I had seen before, and this is the trade which I planned. Why did I plan this? Pretty much I saw price open up to the downside. I thought this was just sort of some like manipulation, or maybe this being the manipulation, but pretty much I saw price open up to the downside, suggesting that we're going to make a move to the upside based on the power of 3. I may need to revise that and look into it a little bit more, because it is a powerful concept which I do want to learn how to use properly. I do think I can use it a little bit better. So what I did see was London high, London low get created. We swept the London lows, engineering buy stops above here, but we never came up to grab those high buy stops. Instead, price just melted down through to take out the day's low instead. And what I thought from there is, hey, like we're trading at a very heavy discount. We're trading below the London lows, and we actually tapped through below the daily low and the daily open. So I just thought, okay, that's fairly bullish. And of course I had more confluences as well, but I was looking for price to trade up back through the London high. Now this is what actually happened. I was stopped out. So yeah, like that obviously wasn't very good. We had the tap here. Now that was the fair value gap within the order block here. Price couldn't seem to break above, and yeah, just melted down. There's not too much we could do. So on the dollar index, pretty much what I saw was, if price was coming down, okay, yeah, so price was melting really hard on the dollar index as well. So that's why I thought price is going to be bullish if the dollar is melting. So that was weird, and that didn't play out very well. And it was the same thing for this trade here. So daily open, trading bullish this time, opened up the London high, created the low. We broke through the low and then tapped through the low a couple times. And then I saw this strong displacement to the upside, stronger than what I had saw previously, opening up a fair value gap within that order block there. So I tried to enter the best I could, but unfortunately missed the great entry. And that led us to boom, price. It doesn't matter how good my entry was, price just melted down to take out these sell stops. So what went wrong here? I honestly don't know, because I followed my plan. Or like all I have to blame, or all I have to say is that I relied too heavily on the dollar, the DXY correlation with BTC, and that kind of stuffed me up a little bit. But it's not like I used it too much. Like, I think I used it appropriately, and that's why with these trades, I took the one L, saw what the market was offering, took the second L, and just left it at that. Like, there was no point trying to over trade at that point. So the week before I made 10.7%. This week minus 2%. 2 weeks ago I think it was a 3% profitable week. So like, so far we've been trading pretty well with the ICT method, so I'm gonna keep it up. Last week's trading week was, yeah, it's pretty floppy, but we'll see what happens coming into the next week. I mean, I already had a trade yesterday, or I didn't have a trade. I was analyzing the market, and before I went to sleep, which was probably about like, it was 12, so somewhere here, I had left this on the chart like this because this is where I wanted to take my entry, but I didn't know how to use DYDX to enter like limit orders with a buy stop and a sell stop. So, but essentially with a take profit and stop loss, I didn't know how to set it with both, so I just didn't. But this is how it played out. So far so good. I just want to see how this really just plays out. I mean, look, price has been really weak, to be honest. Not really too big of like a fan. Got the 830, boom, boom, boom. So yeah, this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see price trade into a discount, into this fair value gap, which is also part of this order block here, and then I wanted to go long from there. So far, price hasn't been moving too strong off that level, but I guess we'll see. I do expect price to eventually make its way up to this fair value gap up here. So that's my short-term bias. I am only bullish because I want to see price come bearish, and I have been saying that over the past couple weeks, and this same sort of setup has been played out. We've had the bull run, or like the bear market rally, to only drop us lower, and it happens. Like, for example here, boom, deuce, and then melt us down. So it does happen, and that essentially is what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for here. I want to see price trade up into this fair value gap, and then I want to see price melt down and at least break these lows at 15,500-ish. So yeah, that's pretty much how my week went. That was the trade that which I looked for last night. Fingers crossed for a better trading week, or a more consistent, a much smoother like set of price action throughout the days. You know, got the fingers crossed, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Like, what can you do about it? So I will continue doing what I do. I will still live stream every trade at night time, so the link to that should be in my bio. But other than that, yeah, minus 2% for the week. Not bad. I feel like I limited my loss. I protected my capital this week, so good job on that. Not too bad. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.